We are here with some Madden 25 online league content. This isn't particularly the video I wanted to bring you guys. At the time of this recording, we are still conducting the team draft. We are over halfway on it, so we're getting closer to the end. So within the next couple of days, I should be able to reveal what team I am going to be. I have already selected my team, so I wanted to give you guys at least some type of content while we wait for everyone to pick a team, and then we could talk about our team because we want to do like a whole reveal. I don't want to ruin it for everyone by spoiling my team first, for the whole league. So I wanted to show you guys the top 3 teams that I wanted to use this Madden, and then you guys can, predict and try to figure out which one of these top 3 teams is the team I have chosen. It's one of these 3. And I wanted to go a different route. Obviously, if you guys have been here for a while, I always choose rebuild teams. Last year we were the Panthers, and the year before that we were the Texans, pre-CJ Stroud. So we were terrible teams the last 2 seasons of Madden, and I wanted to try something different this year and pick a more established team. That was kind of the goal. Take a break from the rebuild. Next Madden, we'll go back to the rebuild stuff. If you're new to my channel, this is a 32-user online league where the main goal is try to be as realistic as possible. Obviously, it's a video game and there's exceptions, but you're not going to see, all the mutthead guys just run the same 3 plays over and over. The goal is to be realistic and try to emulate real-life football as much as we can. So, no order here, by the way. This is I just randomly went in the franchise, and we're going to look at the 3 teams that I was interested in. Honorable mention was the Raiders. They're more of a rebuild team. I was interested in them. They didn't make the cut, but the Raiders I was interested in. And here we are, the first one being the Steelers. Now, this one was a pretty big pick for me here because the defense is insane. And obviously, if you guys have watched my Panthers franchise last Madden, the first 2 seasons we were horrendous. Actually, I probably would say the first 3 seasons we were horrendous on defense, and it was just so annoying. So the Steelers were very interesting to me mainly because of the defense. The quarterback situation is an issue. I think I probably would have rolled out Justin Fields if this is my team. Justin probably would have been the start. I know in real life it's probably going to be Russell at the start and then maybe Justin Fields here or there. For Madden purposes, though, I would definitely roll out Justin Fields. The offense, I think, this is still kind of a rebuild-ish team. You got the defense. There's some aging pieces on the defense, but the defense is pretty locked in. The offense can go a lot of ways. They need another wide receiver. The offensive line has a lot of rookies. Running back-wise, and they got a nice little 1-2 punch, but do I stick with that? Najee and Warren, who knows? Justin Fields, if this is the team that I chose, he would have been the starter for me. Najee Harris and Jalen Warren are very, very solid. Still pretty young. I think they both have 1 year left on their deals, so I don't think they would re-sign both. Even in real life, I don't think you re-sign both. Maybe just keep one, whichever one you like the most. Receiver-wise, George Pickens is the future, but like I said, it's kind of hit or miss for the second guy. I know they drafted Roman Wilson all the way down here in the 3rd round. He's a nice little receiver. He's got very good speed. Calvin Austin is solid as well. I had him last Madden. He made some plays for me, so Calvin Austin is pretty good as far as Madden goes. Quez Watkins, another young-ish guy with a lot of speed. I didn't realize he had 96, though. That's kind of crazy. But as far as receiver-wise, it's George Pickens, and then it's kind of up in the air for your second outside receiver and your slot guy. I probably would have went George Pickens. By the way, I'm going to use would have for everyone because I'm not. I was thinking about how should I word my sentences because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to use George Pickens. No, I'm using would have for everyone just to try to keep it, questionable for you guys so you guys don't particularly know who it is. Just to throw that out there. Tight end wise, it's a pretty solid group. Darnell Washington's massive, 6'7", 264. He would have been an interesting player to develop just because of the height and he's just a freak, man. This guy's just crazy. Pat Fryermuth is a very good tight end as well. So tight end group's pretty solid. Offensive line was not the best last year, and they heavily invested in it this year with 3 picks. They drafted a tackle in the 1st round, a center in the 2nd round, and a guard in the 4th round. So very, very young offensive line now. Isaac, this guy's a solid little piece. This is the rookie they drafted. Maybe could switch him to center somewhere, or maybe play him at, I don't know what overall they made the rookie center. 73. Okay, they made him pretty good. So I probably would, I don't know what I would have done. Right guard maybe? Throw the rookie at right guard? Or maybe just leave him as a depth piece. I'm not sure. Obviously, the tackle will be starting the job day one. This dude's going to be a monster. He's young, too. They got a very young offensive line. And that's an interesting little nugget there with the Steelers. I'm not going to spend too much time on each team. I just kind of want to breeze through it and give you guys, kind of a, just see what you guys think, what team I'm going to use before we get into some actual online league stuff. Defensively, like I said, this team's crazy. The defense is absolutely loaded. Cameron Hayward is old, but he's still got it. He's an X factor, 90 overall. He can still get the job done. Interior side, nothing too crazy here, but this is where they really shine. T.J. Watt, monster. I've never used T.J. Watt in these online leagues. I've done these for like 5 years now, and I've never, ever used T.J., so I thought it'd be cool to give him a go. Patrick Queen, monster, love him. Cole Holcomb's not a bad little player as well. On the other side, we got Alex Highsmith, very good player, 89 overall. So the edge rushers are fantastic. Corners, they got some young guys. Joey Porter's an interesting player. He's pretty solid, very young. Dante Jackson just came over. Had him last Madden. Did not like him last Madden. He did not do very many good things for me. So I think I played him 1 year and then benched his ass the following year, I'm pretty sure. He just was not that good for me. Maybe he's better this Madden, not too sure. Other than that, nothing too crazy here at the corner spot. They got a lot of young guys down here. Free safety, another absolute legend, Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'm surprised he's not X Factor, to be honest, because this dude is an absolute freak. So good. Deshaun Elliott's just a solid little strong safety. Same thing with DeMonte here. Another solid, strong safety. And that's pretty much it for the Steelers. The main thing about this team, like I was saying, is the defense. That's what really got me excited about this squad. And maybe that'll be our team. Next up is the Buffalo Bills. Now, this one is a little bit more rebuildy than the Steelers, I think, and the other team, because this team has a lot of concerns. Obviously, Josh Allen is a legend. And gonna be if I was going to use this team, he would be the quarterback the whole cycle. There'd be no questions asked. Josh Allen is the highlight of this team, but there's some question marks at a lot of spots, which kind of makes this team interesting to me because you still get the rebuild aspect, kind of like Pittsburgh, but you still have the stars to win now, which is what I want. I want to take a break from being even with the Panthers last Madden, year one. We were, overall-wise, probably like the worst team overall-wise, but we still made the playoffs. I believe I was the 2 or 3 seed, I can't remember, and we won a playoff game. So we're still making playoffs with these dog water teams, but I just want to change the scenery. I just wanted to use a good team for once, and Josh Allen would be very, very fun to use. Running backs, James Cook, he's the running back for this team. He's going to be the guy. I know they drafted a dude, I think 3rd round, Ray Davis here. Solid little player, but James Cook is the guy. He's the feature back, and that position is pretty much locked in. You can guarantee on James and Josh Allen being there for the long haul. Receiver is another spot where it gets interesting. So they got Keon Coleman at the beginning of the 2nd round. Very tall, 6'3", big body receiver. If I would choose the Bills, this would probably be my wide receiver 1. I would have put him all the way up top here at the depth chart and developed Keon. Boom, that's what I would have done. And I probably would have put Shakir on the other side with Curtis in the slot. Maybe that's how they roll out in real life. I'm not too sure. MVS is here. I'm sorry. I'm not an MVS guy. I'm just not. Okay, he's been in the NFL for a long time. Packers with Aaron. He's been here. He's okay, but I'm not an MVS guy. If I've chose the Bills, I would have put Keon first, Shakir second, and then probably Curtis in the slot. And probably would have stuck with Shakir and Coleman, and Curtis just would have been like a bridge player and then figure out slot later. Keon and Shakir, I would have tried my hardest to develop those two as my outside guys. Tight end is an interesting group as well. It's very good. Dawson Knox is no slouch. Very solid player, 80 overall. And Dalton Kincaid, very good player, 24 age, Oh, he is not 24 overall. He is 24 years old, 79 overall. Probably would have started Dalton Kincaid over Dawson Knox and just slowly started to develop him. Offensive line, I'm not really too familiar. I know they have some decent little players. Deion Dawkins is not a bad left tackle. He's getting up there in age, so that'd be a position where we would have to maybe, figure out on the left tackle at some point in the future. I know they drafted some linemen. They drafted a center in the 5th round, and they drafted a tackle in the 6th and 7th round. So probably players that Madden is not going to give much love. Left guard, kind of mid over here. Mitch Morse left, so they got Connor now, who's a solid center. This is the rookie they drafted. Yeah, see, 66 overall, no business messing with that, I think. Right guard, an issue. And right tackle is okay. 78 overall, 26 years old, not bad. Here's the other rookie. It's just not worth it. So offensive line, there's some young pieces here and there, but probably would need an overhaul. Almost all the guys. I mean, left tackle is the only one that might be able to hang around for quite some time, depending on how he would regress. But for the most part, the offensive line would have to be figured out. Luckily, Josh Allen can scramble and stuff, so that helps. Defensively, they have a lot of nice pieces. Greg Rousseau, I never know how to say this man's last name, but very young, 24, 86 overall. Very, very, very good player. We like good old Greg quite a bit. Moving on to the right side here, we got Von Miller. He's old, but kind of like the Cameron Hayward situation, he gets the job done, at least in Madden. I'm not too sure how he did last season. I don't think he really had an amazing season last season in real life, but for Madden purposes, he will get the job done for now. Interior defensive line, Ed Oliver. I love Ed Oliver. I feel like he should be a little bit higher. I'm a big Ed Oliver fan, so I love that man. He's a beast. Daquan Jones, not too bad as well, 80 overall. They did draft a defensive tackle, Dwayne Carter. He's 70 overall at 23, which actually isn't too bad. So it'd be interesting to maybe swap. I'm not too familiar if the Bills run a 3-4 or 4-3. I want to say it's a 4-3. I've never really watched Bills much, never had the Bills playbooks or anything in any of the Madden leagues, so not too sure. I would assume 4-3. That'd be my guess. But it'd be nice to put Carter ahead of Daquan Jones there and then roll out Ed and the rookie and see how that does. Outside linebacker wise, left outside linebacker is a major problem. Right outside linebacker, you got Matt Milano. Got hurt in real life just recently, but very, very, very good player. He's 30, but he can still get the job done for some time. And Tremaine Edmonds left, so they got Deion Jones, who is a Madden god. I'm sorry. Deion Jones, for some reason in Madden, he's just like a decent guy in real life, but for some reason in our Madden leagues, Deion Jones is on crack. This dude's like the best middle linebacker ever. He's always leading in tackles. He's everywhere. For some reason, Madden purposes, this guy's the greatest, which is nice. They got a nice little young player here in Terrell Bernard. So if they do run a 4-3, I could always switch him over to the other outside linebacker spot. But like I said, I'm not too sure what they run. No Tre'Davious White anymore, so they got Teron Johnson, who is a good player. He's getting up there in age, so something to monitor there. Same thing with Rasul Douglas. Good player, but getting up there in age. They got some very young pieces down here in Christian Benford. 78 overall, 23 years of age. He would be one that I would almost be interested in just plopping all the way up top and just starting to develop him. And then same thing with this man right here. He would be interesting to plop all the way up there too. It'd be something I'd have to really, really look at because these are no slouches, and I believe their contract situation, yes, you don't got to tell me that, EA, is they're going to be here for a decent bit of time. Teron Johnson, 4 years, so he would probably be one that I would keep in the lineup. I know they traded for this man from the Packers, I believe, and I don't think, he would be the one that we could let walk and keep these younger guys to develop. So interesting pieces there. Maybe I try to trade Douglas because of the 1 year and try to get something before him since he's not in the long-term plans. Safeties, they lost Micah and Jordan Poyer, so very interesting players down here. This is the rookie they drafted in the second round, Cole Bishop, who they gave a 75 overall. They really, really like this man, so he will be the starter day one for sure. DeMar is a cheeky little backup, but nothing for the future there. And Tyler Rapp, he's just a guy. Same thing with Mike Edwards, just a guy. No long-term future here for these guys, I think. I mean, he's 26, so he's kind of around that age in Madden where you could at least develop him a little bit, but I don't think he would be in future plans if this was my team. Kicker Tyler Bass and punter Sam Martin. It's a decent team. I think it's got a little bit more question marks than the Pittsburgh side. You know, at least with Pittsburgh, we could use Justin Fields and try to develop him. Wouldn't have to worry about quarterback. We wouldn't have to worry about a wide receiver one because George Pickens is already that dude. With Buffalo, it's like, is Shakir going to be the guy? Is Keon Coleman going to be the guy? Is Curtis Samuel going to be the guy? I don't know. Defensively, we don't have to worry about at all for Pittsburgh, pretty much. So those are the two teams, and let's hop into the final team. Last up on the list is the Miami Dolphins. Now, this team would be the best team I've ever used to start a Madden ever. I mean, I've won Super Bowls with 4 teams, I believe, and if I chose this team and didn't win a Super Bowl with them, then there's some serious problems. So there's not much to talk about on the offense. I mean, the offense of this team is very straightforward. Tua, he just got the long-term deal. He's the guy. Very straightforward there. Running back, they did re-sign Raheem Mostert, but I don't think I would have started him. Probably would have rolled out Achan and Jalen Wright, you know, maybe squeak in Mostert here and there. But Achan and Jalen Wright are the future. Mostert's just, I mean, he's a good player, but not the future as far as Madden purposes there. Even a decent little fullback. Receivers, this is so easy. It's Reek and Waddle. Reek just got the extra money, and Waddle got the extension. So those would have been the 1-2 punch all the way through the cycle. OBJ's here. I think it's just a 1-year deal. So he's just, you know, nice little slot player. I know they drafted a receiver late in Taj Washington here. Solid little player. But, you know, when you got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, you don't really got to worry about receiver. Tight end group is interesting. Jonnu Smith's a solid tight end, but not really a guy for the future. Other than that, they really don't have anything too crazy. I mean, Jonnu, as far as Madden purposes, is a very good tight end because of the speed. Not many linebackers can cover him, and he's a good player. But as far as long-term wise, this is probably his peak. He's going to start regressing soon, at least unless Madden for some reason changed all their development stuff. Offensive line is kind of the only real issue here, the interior side. They drafted rookie Patrick Paul here, I believe, 2nd round, so he probably would have slid over to the right tackle spot, I would assume. Terron Armstead's a monster. He would be here until his contract ran up. Isaiah Wynn's not a bad player, 76 overall, 28, but he could probably be here for a couple years and have to figure that out. This is the worst part about this offensive line is the center is as mid as it gets. They lost their center to the Seattle Seahawks. I'm blanking on his name right now, but he's not there. Right guard, not good. And right tackle, Austin Jackson, is okay. So I'd probably move Patrick Paul over to the right side and maybe even move this guy to right guard. Not sure. We'd have to, really think about that. Defensively, I think is where this team has a little bit of holes, but not much. Zach Sealer's a solid player, 80 overall, not bad there. Calais Campbell, all 3 of these teams have like one vet that is in no future plans but can still get the job done. This is the lesser of the 3. Obviously, I'm talking about Cameron Hayward and Von Miller, but Calais Campbell is no slouch. He can still get the job done. Interior defensive tackles, not the best here. Luckily, Calais Campbell can fill the interior spots and nickel packages and stuff, and I think Zach could probably do the same. Outside linebacker is where it gets fun. Jalen Phillips is a very good player. He's still young, 25 overall. If you hear my dog click-clacking around, he's just lost right now. He don't know where he's going. Chop Robinson, their first-round selection, another very good player, interesting player. The speed's crazy on this guy. 90 speed, 93 acceleration is absolutely insane. Right outside linebacker spot, Shaq Barrett and Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb, good player. He's probably at his peak when he was with, the Broncos, I think. But still a good player. Shaq Barrett, I can't remember. I swear I saw something on Twitter that this dude retired. So I don't think if we chose the Dolphins, he would even be here. But not too sure there. Middle linebacker-wise, a lot of questions. It could be a handful of these guys to start. It could be Anthony Walker. It could be Jordan Brooks. It could be David Long Jr. We could roll out, one of these young guys down here because this dude's got a lot of speed. No idea. We'll have to kind of figure out that. Cornerback-wise, some interesting players. Obviously, Jalen Ramsey is here. Lockdown corner, monster. Kendall Fuller is no slouch. Very good player. Kader Kohu, I think that's how you say his name. Solid player. Cam Smith, young guy, could develop him. Free safety, Javon Holland is a monster. Love that man. He's a beast. Strong safety, Jordan Poyer came over from the Bills, so he's here. I think his deal's just 1 year, so he just kind of a rental type thing. They drafted this guy down here, but don't see him really being in the future plans. Marcus May, solid, strong safety there. And that is that for the 3 teams. Like I said, at the time of this recording, we are over halfway done on the team draft. So once everyone picks their damn team in our Discord server, and it gets released to the Discord people so everyone can see who's what, then I will be posting the first episode of what team I will be using. If you're looking forward to the rebuild stuff, I'm sorry. I just kind of want to take a break from that. I want to have a good team this Madden. Next Madden, we'll hop back into the rebuild teams. Let me know in the comments what team you think I will use out of these 3, and if we can get back to the Super Bowl, because last Madden's the first one where we didn't make a Super Bowl. All the other previous ones we did. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.